Oh man, welcome back to the Three Amoebas podcast. We had a little chess talk in the beginning. I don't know if we're keeping it in. I don't know if we're taking it out. That's on for you to figure out for the rest of the day. But how are you guys
Dude,
doing?
know by now. I'm doing great. How are you
Good.
doing,
I
Alex?
just This is a classic Alexism intro because
Yeah.
who knows if we'll keep chess talk in or not, but maybe now we will because we're talking about chess talk.
Yeah,
So
you are. Now we have to keep it
um
in.
it's
Great.
just silly old Alex. Well, good.
I want to just point out one thing. I am in my eyes wearing the defensive player of the year's jersey. Just want to put that out there for you guys. Just want to put that out there before we start anything. But yeah, I think though, before we go anywhere, we had some breaking news happen right before the podcast was about to start. And I think we have an impromptu Super Bowl week Cowboys corner coming from Chris to tell Justin who his new defensive coordinator is.
Okay, Justin, as you know, Dan Quinn recently left to go
Yes,
be
we
the head
do.
coach of the Washington Commanders.
Good luck.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. But
Yeah.
uh the Cowboys have since replaced him with
Whoa, I just
former
got it on my phone.
former Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer.
Mike Zimmer, baby.
How are you feeling?
I don't know, that's interesting. Why do we just go get another fucking old person? But I mean, sure. Sounds like Jerry just wants his friends in the building, but I get it. We're gonna promote our defensive back coach to DC, but obviously sounds like that didn't happen. Vikings had good defense at that time. They have some shoddy secondary at times, so maybe our secondary will help and he'll fix the other parts. But it just sounds like everybody's going young and we just went old. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with old though. There's nothing wrong with
No,
like
he's seasoned. He has head coaching
an
experience.
Yeah.
old head, you know?
And
Maybe
like
it'll
you
No.
said, the Vikings defense was actually really good when he was there for the most part.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it was still going to be good. I'm not mad, but I'm interested. Care how the fuck this came about? I didn't know. Did anybody even hear that? Did anybody know this was going to happen?
No,
Well,
I
okay.
didn't hear any rumors
Mike
about
Zimmerman has a job in the NFL,
condolences.
but Bill Belichick doesn't.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. I'm surprised that do you think Belly doesn't want to take a contract anywhere?
No, Belly doesn't want to take a contract anywhere where he's not going to be able to go full belly. He wants total control. And with his
Where is that even
age,
allowed? Like
oh,
it could have been Carolina, it could have been Chargers.
Hey, here's the thing. There's still so many teams that have coaches that who knows if they'll fire or let go, right? And he's just still sitting by. Maybe he wants to, maybe he
look at
does.
Mike Vrabel. He didn't get a
Yeah,
job
he
either.
didn't even get a job.
That's ridiculous.
That's
And
the other part.
the weirdest rumor around that was that GMs were intimidated by his size, which makes no
Yeah,
sense. That doesn't make any sense. Look at Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's the same size as him.
I
but
actually
also
don't understand. So if we're just going to get into this topic, I think we should because Mike Vrabel is one of those ones where I don't understand why not. I mean, Tennessee was kind of ass for a long time, and he still made them good. He made them playoff contenders with Ryan Tannehill. No
They went
offense
to
to
the
him.
AFC title game.
Yeah, no offense, but Ryan Tannehill, but
a
he
couple
wasn't
years
that
ago.
great of a quarterback, and they have been drafting the worst backup quarterbacks.
And
So
their old GM got rid of AJ
AJ.
Brown. It
like
was like he was
dumb.
at the kneecaps.
Yeah, they shot him in the foot. So it's interesting to me that they didn't do that. And I actually heard talks that we're trying to get Derrick Henry this offseason too to the Cowboys. And so he would like that to me would be when that kind of influence him or not. Depends on his relationship with Vrabel. You never know, but
That's cool.
You think Vrabel wanted a defensive coordinator job though?
that's what he is.
I understand, but after being a successful head coach and then having
I feel
one
like
bad
Vrabel
year,
probably felt like he was still worthy of a head coaching position.
Oh,
So
this for sure, but where? There's no one now available.
to him and to Bill, They probably view it as cool. We'll take the next year off because every year coaches get fired. There's always openings. I don't think I've seen a single year where every NFL head coach kept their job. So
And
there's always openings.
and Vrabel's sitting on money. They had to buy him out of his contract. So he
Oh
he
yeah.
had, I think, a year or two left on his contract. So he's sitting on all that money. He's like, whatever, dude. Fuck it. I'll just hang out with my family for a year and then go back into football.
Have they replaced him yet?
Yeah, Callahan from the Bengals, the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very boring choice,
So
but that
what's
could
weird
be
about
something.
that? Yeah, what's weird about that though to me is like, yeah, probably an opposite hire, defensive minded coach. I go into offensive minded coach. But what's weird about that is he wasn't the play caller at the Bengals,
No,
but neither
he was
was
the quarterback coach.
neither was Zach, neither was Taylor when he got hired for the Bengals, and their offense the first year was trash.
They didn't learn from the Bears' mistake hiring Matt Nagy when it was always Andy Reid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see, Bieniemy is out of a job too.
Yeah.
Which is
So that
wild.
was the weirdest one. That one
That's
felt
super
really
weird.
uncomfortable. Did you guys hear even like what he said?
No.
Like Dan Cable, he's just like, yeah, I really respect the guy, but I just let him know he didn't have a job here.
Not
What?
not Dan Campbell.
No, Dan, you know what I'm talking about.
The ownership or the lead or the
Coach.
Oh,
coach?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He was just my
Oh.
defense coordinator. I'm sorry.
Dan
And you know
Quinn
who he
literally
hired? Kingsbury. Cliff
hold on.
Kingsbury.
Wait,
But
there's also
hold
drama
on.
behind that though, because
hold on. I want to ask a question.
Okay, wait for your
Before
question.
we move to the next thing. Dan Quinn literally was the one that told him you don't have a job here anymore.
Well, it's his
He
job to
doesn't-
give.
Yeah, he doesn't have a job here.
Oh, and he
He's the
said, I
head
don't want
coach.
the
He
enemy.
picks his staff. Yeah.
That's so awkward. And then he went to Cliff Kingsbury. Okay, go back to your drama. Sorry.
And well, the drama behind it is guess where Cliff was last year in college?
Oh yeah,
USC.
USC.
And guess who's there? And guess what pick they have?
Caleb Williams.
I
yes.
hope they do. I'm telling you.
I hope they do
guys,
too. Dumb
I don't
fucks.
think Caleb Williams
So
is going
dumb.
to be good.
Yeah. Every person who's super hyped like that is not that super good. Very rarely are they that
Rarely.
Because Aaron Rodgers was not hyped like that, but he was like good, touted, but like fucking Ryan Leaf, we can talk about one right there, right?
Yeah.
Marcus Russell. Do they have one or two?
They have two.
They have
Two.
two. So who's number one? The Bears?
Chicago with the Panthers.
Do you
pick.
think they're doing anything?
Dude, their number one pick, depending what they do, will tell all. Because if they don't draft a quarterback, they're committed to Justin
they
Fields.
shouldn't? But
Yes, which I think is awesome. I hope that you stay committed to Justin Fields. I think he's the better option right now.
well, and that the quarterback's not really the issue there. They need a
They
real
need
line.
everything, bro.
They need everything, but especially a line.
They went and got Chase Claypool, who has done shit. But anyways,
They
going back
really-
to we're going all over the place with these head coaches.
Yeah, we are.
But it is still crazy the fact that some of these coaches aren't. And you are right that people are going to eventually take in and get places. So that does make sense. But it's still like
I just can't believe Cliff Kingsbury
Yeah.
is getting a job that Eric Bieniemy was deemed not worthy enough for. Like,
Listen,
that
like,
makes no sense.
I would have taken Cliff Kingsbury.
Why? What has he done? Tell me, what has he done? Because I can tell you what he's done.
Hold on.
Jack shit.
Before you go,
He
and
had
ask a
at
question,
best a
and
500
then answer
record
your
with
own
Patrick
question.
Mahomes.
Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay,
Patrick
hold up, wait a
Mahomes
minute.
wouldn't be who he is without Andy Reid. And Andy Reid is an offensive genius.
I'm not saying that he isn't benefiting greatly from Andy Reid, but he's clearly very athletic.
Yeah, 100%. Do you remember who we had as an offensive coordinator before we got who we have? Yeah, Matt Canada.
Yeah.
Way better than that hire. I'm
You're
just happy
setting the
we went
bar
out.
so low with that, though.
That's who we have. What do you want from me?
Okay.
This doesn't mean it wasn't a
if you're
good or
saying,
bad
hey,
decision.
the
It is
Steelers,
yeah.
the
It's still a
Steelers should
bad
get
decision.
Kingsbury, fine. But to say that, oh, I would take Cliff Kingsbury, the way you said it was that you would take him over Eric Bieniemy.
No, Bieniemy plays more of a Steelers. Like he seems like a hard-nosed Steelers type of player. Like,
Where
What?
were you going with this?
well, because I didn't know Bieniemy. I didn't know Bieniemy.
What
available.
was this conversation?
It was.
He's
it was
available.
between- no,
The
I
Steelers
understand that,
should
but it was
hire him.
between Artie Smith or Cliff Kingsbury. Now, I'm
Oh,
not saying Artie
So you
Smith is like
picked the guy who didn't know how to use Bijan Robinson.
this is the thing. That's why I'm saying you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But it's between him and Cliff Kingsbury. At least Cliff Kingsbury did like something with the
Yeah.
Cardinals. Like, at least he did something, like, was able to do whatever. He had a couple winning records over that, the Cardinals. At least he could do something with an offense where Artie Smith had arguably a very talented young offense who couldn't figure out how to score more than like 12 points a game.
I think if you went and studied Cliff Kingsbury's Cardinals offense, especially those years where they were really good and they would go to the playoffs, you would find many instances where Kyler Murray made shit happen when the play
Played hero
broke out.
ball.
Yeah, with his feet or whatever, like he just made it happen.
Yeah.
So I can't even put Kingsbury on too
So do
much
you
credit with
think
that.
so do you think that Bieniemy was too hard and like Dan Campbell didn't like that? Like
Dan Quinn,
Dan
quit,
Quinn.
Dan
quit
Quinn.
throwing my
I'm so
boy under the
sorry.
bus.
Do you think Dan Quinn just didn't like that the Bieniemy like style had this stigma of being too hard?
Who knows? Doesn't know. I still
He
don't
probably just
understand why
wants
Dan
his
Quinn
guys.
accepted that position out of all of them. I wonder if he wasn't even given the Seattle opportunity or if he chose this over Seattle, what it was like, because that's always curious. Maybe
Yeah.
this was his last option because, like, well, why this is like I get for a head coaching job, but you left like what I was saying before is you left a good situation to a shit situation. But in my eyes, at this point too, every year he's been on our defense has started to lose shit every time at the end of the playoffs. Like going into the playoffs, our defense is just as trash.
I'm I'm shocked too that he left because of how turmoil a offense or a coach in the NFL is.
Yeah.
Like you got 3 years, and if you're not part of the Steelers, Patriots, or fucking honestly, that's really it. You just
Cowboys.
don't Cowboys, right? I mean, but the
They
Cowboys,
hold on.
yeah,
They
they
held on
hold on
Jason
to him.
Garrett for
Yeah.
almost 12
But
seasons.
Well,
it's like if you're not part of those if you're not part of those like franchises that just are down to hold, you're gonna be gone in 3 years, 4 years if you don't have a good season.
yeah, that's true. But like the
So like
Patriots are
that
different because Bill had so much success for so long. It's like, why would you get rid of him? Now that he's gone, that organization is going to be like everyone else. You only get a few years.
I wonder
Yeah.
if the Steelers are gonna be like that when we get rid of Tomlin
Tom.
or when they split ways. I wonder I did just seem
The
like such like
Rooneys don't seem to be that way.
they're not, and they're gonna like make sure that they're doing whatever. And maybe they have a contract in place, or maybe they find somebody like Gerard Mayo, where it's like Tomlin, make this person the next coach so that
Right.
we can have our next 10, 15-year coach, which is fine. I enjoy that way more than the like carousel of coaches coming in and changing a full staff. You think that's a good thing, Jay?
No, you see that thumb too? Now it wants to do it. We're
I
over here
love that when we're
like,
doing this, it doesn't work, but him just sitting there like this. No.
But they
just
I
I know
just
how to
like
use my thumb.
it's yeah, you do. It's weird to know that the enemy's out of a job when arguably a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, he was touted as like one of the high picks to be a head coach somewhere. And now he's not even out of a job.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. The
And so we
volatility
have
in the head coaching market is insane, but that's what just the NFL is. They want to see success. So
that's the Commanders. And then we had talked about the Cowboys. You want to go to the
Seattle.
Steelers who we hired?
Oh,
No.
with Artie?
What do you think?
I hate it.
Listen,
Who?
I mean, where was he before again?
who?
Arthur
Artie
Smith,
Smith?
is the offensive coordinator for the Steelers after
Yeah.
getting fired
The
from the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons head
Before
coach.
then, he was the offensive coordinator
Titans.
of Vrabel at the Titans.
So he did, I will say, it gave me hope that he could do something that good with that okay of an offense. I understand he doesn't.
You
This is
have
my
the
thing.
same
This
You
is
have
my
Derrick
thing.
Henry.
This is my thing. Shut up, everybody. This is my thing. He doesn't need to be a head coach. I don't think he was that great of a head coach. All he needs to do is be an offensive coordinator, call plays, and make sure that works well. He doesn't have to coach a whole game. We have Mike Tomlin for that. So I think it's a good hire because I think he's a really good offensive coordinator. Some people are better offensive coordinators than they are coaches. Christopher.
Here's the problem with that theory, because you're not wrong at all. And that would apply to most people, except for he was the one calling the plays in Atlanta. So he was the one with the stupid
No,
ass
no,
decision.
listen.
His decision making wasn't bad with like the head coaching moves. It was bad with the coordinating.
I just don't think that I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if Artie Smith had a locker room. I don't know if we're talking
I
about that too much.
love how you just stick to your guns on something that sounds so stupid and idiotic, but you're still like, you know what? I love this. This makes so much sense. He did so much success last season with the
Not
Atlanta
last season.
Falcons. He didn't embarrass himself. At the end of the season, like, what did he not
Um,
play last year with them? Or was he not a part of the Atlanta Falcons last season, right? Is this the guy
he
who
was,
was, right? The head
he
coach.
was, yeah.
The head
He
coach
was
that
for the
at the
last
end of the game of the
2
Saints
years.
decided to go yell at the coach because they decided to go a touchdown.
Type
That
of
dude.
it's the type of fire that I need in my locker room.
Yeah.
Um,
You mean the dude
so
that literally had
what I
no
will say,
hope or
what I
anything from
will
being a freaking head coach? I think that's dumb.
boys,
And you just
boys,
admit it and just
hold
say
on,
it's
boys,
dumb. I
boys.
just said it was dumb about the Cowboy stuff. And you don't even have the heart to say your crap is dumb. But when you
It's not
think
dumb.
about
It's
it,
good hire. Good hire.
this is what you
What
said
I'm gonna
about
say.
Matt
Okay,
Canada.
Alex, I will give you this. He'll do better than Matt Canada for
So
sure.
what I'm
I'll
gonna
give
say
you
is
that.
I'm gonna give him a season or two, but the bright sides of him as an offensive coordinator in the Tennessee Titans made me feel good about what could be at the Steelers. Like he was able to take them to an NFC champion or an AFC championship game, like with Tannehill as their offensive coordinator.
What do you have better?
Stop. He might not have
What
been
do
able.
you have
He might
better?
not. He might
You
not have
don't
been
have
able to do.
anything better. You literally have Kenny Pickett as your quarterback.
Hold on.
No, I'm not holding on because you're
Let
trying to
me
compare
say
Kenny
my
Pickett
piece.
to fucking Ryan Tannehill at the time when Ryan Tannehill was like a top 20 quarterback. Kenny Pickett is in the bottom 10.
That's almost the same thing.
No, it's not.
If you go
Bottom
top 20.
22 to 32 compared to 20 and below is not the same thing.
Okay, you're done. You're done talking. This is
That's
my team.
that's not the
I
same.
wanna I wanna just say this. I wanna say this. I heard James Harrison on the Pat McAfee show talk about this, and I think this is my new mantra for the Steelers. And you're gonna love this, Chris, and you guys need to hold me to this.
Okay. Oh boy, we will.
Yep. Oh, you will. I know you will. Pittsburgh Steelers football isn't about having a winning record. It's about winning championships. I'm not
Thank
happy with the
you.
winning record anymore.
Thank
We're winning
you.
championship, boys. We're winning championships.
Finally.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like this year or what we need to do or what like has to happen. I'm excited about I am actually excited about the Artie Smith hire, minus like the like head coaching stuff that he had. I did really like, and his offense was whatever, up and down in Atlanta. Couldn't use Bajan really well. Kind of sucks. We don't have a Bajan, so we don't care about that. But I am super excited about what he could bring to the offense. And if Kenny Pickett can't get it done with this kind of offensive person at the helm, because look, he's going up against Desmond Ritter. Sure, he didn't do great. Didn't do horrible, though. So if Kenny Pickett does worse than Desmond Ritter, then we got to get rid of him.
That's
A
exactly what's
winning
going to happen.
championship mentality, but is okay with the everything that's going on. It's just the best Steelers football, baby, right there. Let's give it a round of applause for Alex and the Steel Mill because that is Steelers
No more.
fan
I like I said,
through.
we need to win championships, but this next year we need to figure out what our team looks like for the future,
He
right?
just had
This
last year.
Yeah, no, I understand, but this is Kenny Pickett's last year with the new offensive coordinator. If he doesn't do anything this year, time to get rid of him. Maybe you draft a quarterback this year. I don't know. Steelers aren't notorious for trading up. We did last year. We have a new GM who is down to trade. And we traded up last year to snag the Patriots pick from them. So there is hope in that we can trade up and maybe snag a quarterback, one of these like mid-er quarterbacks. Like if JJ fell to us, I would be so happy.
My boy?
Your boy, if JJ fell to us, I'd be so
He
happy.
probably will. There's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft.
So I just don't know if we go quarterback. A lot of people are saying we're going D tackle because Hayward's is done next year, maybe. But yeah, so we'll see. But boys, we're going for championships. We're giving it one more year of hey, let's figure out what this team consists of, and let's get a rock solid thing going. But that next in 2026, if we're not like contending for a playoff spot hard, we got to change something up.
Yeah. That's fair.
Thanks, boys.
But here's
And
the
then let's.
question.
Yeah.
Before we move on, last
Okay.
question. Kenny Pickett's last chance last year.
100%. Kenny Pickett's last half a season.
Do you feel the same way about Mike Tomlin?
I don't know because the defense has been so good.
Our white championships. He said,
No,
when
I
was the last
understand.
time that Thomas got
No,
you the
I understand.
championship?
I understand. But when you have a defensive minded coach and the only thing that shows up for you week in, week out, year after year after year is your defense, it's really now trying to find that offensive coordinator that can mesh well with the team. I
Or
think,
maybe Tomlin should just be the defensive coordinator.
listen, dude, that's not going to happen. I know that's like, hey, but it's not going to happen. When have you ever seen the head coach?
No, I
of
know
a
it's not
team?
going to happen.
So
I'm
it's
just
like,
saying.
yes, so we need to figure out how to hire that offensive coordinator to now complement how good our defense is every year inside and out. So it's like,
Mhm.
hey, let's get that offensive coordinator. Let's get some good pieces. Get rid of Deontay Johnson. If they don't get rid of Deontay Johnson this year, I'm gonna fucking revolt. I'm done. I think we need to move on from one heated, passionate fan to the next. Jim Harbaugh going to the Chargers.
Yep.
How do you feel? What do you think? How's it going?
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you said, "Hey, what would you prefer how this situation plays out?" I would obviously say I would like Jim Harbaugh to sign the extension at Michigan and stay, no doubt. But if he had to leave, this is the best year he could have left. I would have actually been more upset if he stayed and then left after next year or something. Because this is the perfect time. Sharon Moore, who they ended up hiring as the next head coach of Michigan, is the perfect guy to do it. He's a young guy, so he can be there forever. The players love him. He's a great recruiter. He beat Ohio State without Jim Harbaugh there. He beat Penn
Offensive
State
coordinator?
without Jim Harbaugh there. Yeah, offensive coordinator. So it's like he's proof. I know. I'm gonna come out.
He said, I got responsibilities I gotta attend to.
No, I just have to take a brief break here in a minute. But anyway, like he's the perfect fit for that program, and he proved it this year that he can take it over. And guess what? Despite all the haters just wishing that Michigan would fall apart like Alabama did when Nick Saban retired, not a single recruit has decommitted like that we have so far. No one's jumped in the transfer portal immediately. Like he has the love and respect of all these players. He's going to keep this program in high regards. We're going to have a down year this coming year, even if Harbaugh stayed, because of how many guys are about to get lost to the NFL. So I'm happy there as far as Jim Harbaugh is concerned. I'm happy for him. He got his natty, as Justin always laughs at me calling it that. But he hasn't had his Lombardi yet. And so that's what he's missing, and that's what he wants to go chase. I can respect that. And he chose a good landing spot. The Chargers with Justin Herbert, that's a good landing spot. So I'm happy for him. I'll be a Chargers fan this year.
Did they keep Kellen Moore as their offensive
No,
coordinator?
Kellen Moore
He's with the Eagles.
Yeah, he's with the Eagles. That's right.
Right.
That's crazy. So, like the thing that hurts, honestly, you're gonna laugh at this, because we also lost Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator, who followed him there to the Chargers to be their defensive coordinator. That hurts, but the thing that hurts the most is actually the strength and conditioning coach that's following him down there. Like, it's weird that
Let's get to the nitty gritty of this.
I'm getting in the nitty gritty. That dude was such a good recruiter, and he was so well respected and beloved by recruits and the players that went through there, that actually is a massive blow. That's probably the biggest blow to the program.
Did Jimmy bring in the defensive coordinator with him when he got hired?
To the Chargers? Yeah.
No, to the
Oh,
to Michigan.
no. And to be honest with you, um, so the first coordinator that he had there was pretty good. And so after a couple years, he got hired to go be Maryland's head coach, where a kid ended up dying during conditioning, so he lost his job. I don't even know what he's doing. Then we moved on to Don Brown, who showed promise but could never get it done in the big games. So that was when Jim Harbaugh's job was on the line. He reached out to his brother at the Ravens and said, I need a good defensive coordinator. And he said, okay, you can either have Mike McDonald or Jesse Minter. He goes, all right, give me Mike McDonald. You might know that name as the newest head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So Mike McDonald was there when Michigan beat Ohio State in 2021 and went to the playoff. Then he went back to the NFL because John Harbaugh needed him to be the Ravens defensive coordinator. And then at that point, Jesse Minter went to Michigan for the last 2 years and just won the national championship with them, and then followed Jim out to LA.
And so is this are these both Ravens guys that were like
Yes.
specialty
Yep.
coordinators, like
That's
like a
dope.
DB or
That
linebacker?
Raven,
I told you that's
Chargers.
why Michigan is the Ravens, for the defensive reason.
They're so good though, it's ridiculous.
And in fact,
That
I think they are going to probably bring in someone else from the Ravens to take over the defense now.
they have that like bond now where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, the heart. And I'm guessing, the nice thing too for Moore is like he can do the same thing to Jim. Hey, I need somebody. It's like you got
Yeah.
NFL caliber
And then
coaches
Jim
that
can
just
be like, okay, this assistant needs more experience and he's good. I'll give him to you. You groom him there. And then when I need him, send him back.
that's like, why don't more people do that?
It's
Uh,
called connection. It's called
People
brotherhood.
do that. I mean, look at Nick Saban. Nick Saban would take offensive coordinators such as Bill O'Brien and others who needed like some work and to build back up the reputation, and then he would send them back out to the NFL.
Crazy. Well, I'm excited. I cannot wait to see Harbaugh in the NFL.
Yeah, it's going to be
Um,
fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be. And if they don't win that division now, I know the Chiefs are in there, but if they don't at least win that division and take it over from them, because I'm fucking done with them, we might have jinxed ourselves, boys. We might have jinxed ourselves that we are gonna have a dynasty in the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Three-
looking that way.
3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
I'll be right back.
Cool. We're
Well,
gonna
I
get-
think that's already been established. Like, dude, like I know everybody's like contemplating yes or no, but like even going to
It's
this
not a
Super Bowl-
dynasty, Justin. I will come
Chris,
back.
Yeah,
you're
and
so
fight you.
specific, Chris.
the
You're
like-
leaving. That's exactly why I'm having this conversation. Because at the end of the day, I know he's coming right back and he'll talk his stuff and whatnot. And I know winning this next Super Bowl, if they win the Super Bowl, that I feel will complete Chris's like what he feels as an expectation as a dynasty. But sometimes too, like we have to understand that dynasties aren't always like just championship caliber teams. Because there's like some of the Steelers time, like you would consider some of those like dynasties with Big Ben, right? But for the time that Big Ben there, are you not telling me that that's not a dynasty? But you only won how many Super Bowls? 2?
I don't know if you can call it it's a Steelers dynasty for sure. I just know that like the like true definition of a dynasty in a sports
You
fan,
just said it's a Steelers dynasty.
it's
You
a
just said it
Steelers
was.
dynasty, which is like really good for us.
You
but,
you
like-
don't think it's an NFL dynasty?
I don't necessarily. I think Big Ben is time as a Steeler was like an NFL dynasty in some words, but I wouldn't say that the Pittsburgh Steelers with Big Ben were like a team that people are gonna remember because like the
As the
ultimate, like
Patriots.
Chris,
Yeah.
hold on. The ultimate like thing for a dynasty is you have to win back-to-back Super Bowls. So it's like 4 in 3 years. And if you talk to Patriots fans, the big thing about a dynasty is that you
No.
have to be able to win like 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, which they're about to do. And like
They're not about
so
to
I
do it.
mean, what's your dynasty consideration then?
Me? Okay. Does back-to-back help? Absolutely. But back-to-back alone does not make you
I
a
didn't
dynasty.
say back to back.
You said back-to-back.
I said 3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
You have to play back to back.
You have to win that back-to-back one.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a requirement. I think you need at least 3, and you have to have them in no more span of time
5 years.
than 5 or 6 years. I'll say 6 on the minimum. And so I'll point it to this. I mean, look at the Bad Boys Pistons. They are one of the most legendary teams. They won back to back, but they just have those two. They are not a dynasty.
That's why I'm
Then you
not.
look
I
at the
don't.
Red Wings, who have so many in the 90s and early 2000s. That's a fucking dynasty.
Well, that's why I'm saying like what I'm saying a true dynasty is how the NFL is structured, where you have 4-year contracts. That's what you have basically. To actually re-sign a full team after each 4-year contract is kind of insane. That's why I'm saying a dynasty for a team is that 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. You have that core group for more than likely those
I
4
like the
years.
5 idea.
Yeah, the 5 is fine too, but it's like you have that core group for those X amount, like the 3, 4, 5 years that win, because it's not a it's what's a dynasty if you
wouldn't you say the Warriors are a dynasty?
Would you call the 90s Cowboys a dynasty? Because they won 3 in the 90s.
They are a dynasty.
yeah. But I mean, like, in how many years though?
And in fact,
Listen, I think if you keep the same quarterback, that's a dynasty. And you can win.
You need
like,
more than that, but
no. I'm saying if you win 3 or 4 with the same quarterback in 10 years, that's
So would you say the
dynasty.
Patriots or Tom Brady has 2 different dynasties?
he has 2 different
Tom Brady,
dynasties.
yeah, 2 different dynasties. He technically has 3 Hall of Fame careers, which is fucking insane. But
The Chiefs are not a dynasty yet, though.
I don't know, man.
No, if they win it this year, hands down, absolutely they are.
It's even I understand that, but it's hard to even like. Yes, I understand. You're like, oh, they have to win. It's hard to like. This is their 4th Super Bowl in 6 years, right?
Yeah, but you need the rings.
I understand. They have 2 of them though.
Yeah. Okay, give me the 3rd.
I mean, I guess you're not wrong because Jim. I mean, I guess no one would call the Buffalo Bills a dynasty.
Yeah,
that Jim Kelly
thank
team.
you.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, get the rings. Like you can't.
Yeah. So then so now we're already on the Super Bowl subject. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. One, I think has been very fun. You can tell the 49er fans have showed out a lot more than some of the Chiefs fans had at some of these like pre-event stuff, which is kind of crazy. I think it's going to be built up to be a good game, and I'm really, really, really excited. But I don't know if you guys have thoughts into it, or you guys want to get into what you think of who's going to win, or what the game's going to be like. What do you guys think?
I want both teams to lose.
Yeah, I'm fucking dead.
That can't happen. I think it's comical that the babyface Chiefs for the past like 3 years have now been like the heel.
Yeah.
It's such a weird turn. Quickly. Like they were like babyface with Travis Kelce and
you know what
Patrick
it is,
Mahomes, and then all of a sudden, bam.
It's Taylor Swift, and it's now that like
that's on
that is being less than now that they lost Tyreek and whatnot, and they're still going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but that's like different from both sides, right? Because I think like Taylor Swift, maybe some of the more like people who have long-term NFL fans having that in there, they're like a little bit more like, oh yeah, they're the heel. But there's people that have watched specifically football just because.
Oh yeah, I don't count those as real fans, though.
I mean, they're getting them into football. I think that's what's different, right? It's getting viewership. I mean, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
the
tell
fact
me this:
that
in a year or two, when let's say that they even stay together,
yeah,
in a year or two, when Travis Kelce retires, are those same people still watching football?
Who knows? Maybe some got interested, maybe half.
Yeah, but that's the
like
thing.
Still, it's creating fans.
Keep viewership. It's like you're gonna the fact that Roger Goodell is like, and their media team is estimating 200 million people are gonna watch this damn Super Bowl,
and like 2 billion is going to be gambled.
Yeah. And arguably fucking 60 million of that is because of Taylor Swift. Like it adds even if 10 million of those fans stay, that's a lot of fucking fans that got added because of one
doubt. Oh, I'm not
and who
saying
knows
who
watches it and then they go like, oh my God, I love football. This is so much fun. I want to continue to watch more of it because there's been such a presence on. We're going on in Chris right now. Sorry, Chris. We're coming at you. But we're protecting our women fans. Because basically a lot of these Taylor Swift fans are women. Let's just be honest, right? There's
And
a
it's
lot
like,
more women in football nowadays. There's women's football groups, flag. I don't know, there's some tackle,
And
but I
I'm
know
cool with that,
is
obviously.
he? Are you?
I
You
love
No, no,
sound
no,
that.
like
no.
you want them to be fans.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
the like the
Here's what I
actual
don't want.
fact, hold on, the actual, you can talk later. You demise women. I don't know, but the actual fact that like what's I think is probably the coolest part of Taylor Swift. I'm still on the fence of if I like how much they show Taylor Swift or not. But the cool part about Taylor Swift is you probably got wives who never wanted to watch football with their husbands, which is a really cool thing. Like you got these people who are like, "Oh, why do you watch football all Sunday?" Oh, now that this person that I'm interested in is on, something that it bonds over. I think that's super cool.
Yeah,
I
I'll
still
agree
don't
with
know if
that.
I don't know if I'm on the fence with like how much they show her. Personally, I was watching a hockey game and they were showing like kids, the kid fans, and how much joy it got for them to be at their like first game or whatever, and how
Yeah.
happy they were. That's personally what I would enjoy to see, but I don't mind that Taylor Swift's on there. It's whatever. I know
Yeah.
you do, Chris. That you can
It
respond
annoys
now.
me.
I
It
know,
does annoy
yeah.
me. I get why they have to show her at least a few times, but like they're showing her during moments that don't make sense to show her.
Isaiah Pacheco
So it's
touchdown.
just like, yeah, what are we doing here? Um,
Yeah. Well, I
I
guess, and
know.
you can't blame that on Taylor. You got to blame that on like the media
100%.
and
Oh,
the
100%.
true. Oh,
channels.
true.
Yeah.
Not on Taylor.
True. I'm not denying
Protect
that.
Taylor. Excuse me.
Well,
I
fuck
don't
her
like
anyway.
Taylor. No.
But um, yeah, how
You guys
did
are
we get
haters.
stuck on this conversation for this long?
Because you
Because at the end of the day, the Chiefs equal Taylor Swift and Super Bowl equals Taylor
She's not
Swift.
even going to be
Everything.
there.
This is a Taylor Swift
yeah, she
world,
is.
motherfucker, and you don't even
She's supposed to be
understand
in
that you're in
Japan.
it.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you've ever listened to any kind of TikTok, Japan's actually 14 hours ahead of us. So her concert ends 24 hours before the game's supposed to start. If you don't think Taylor Swift is getting to that Super Bowl to support her mans during Super
Ooh.
Bowl week is
Ooh.
probably incorrect. I don't care that I actually don't like Taylor Swift that much. I know it's coming off that I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not, so please don't put me in that category.
No,
But
you I mean, you're right. If that's the truth, if her
that's
thing ends 24 hours
it's
before,
like it's supposed
then
to
she'll be
end like so her concert's supposed to end when it's Saturday in America. Like it ends Sunday in Tokyo, but it ends Saturday. And so
there. Gotcha.
she has like enough time to fly out here and get back for the Super Bowl.
She's literally gonna get
Um,
on a plane, have to shower on the plane,
literally,
shit like that, and do all her
which is
makeup.
Cheap.
yeah, whatever. But like I am like I think it's cool to see. I don't know about you, but like even the players, it's cool to see these like wrestling personas like come out in these media days where they're like the villains and they are eating it up. Like the Chiefs are doing such a good job at making it fun to hate the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well,
As they
it gives
should.
them, that energy too, and that want to go beat them. I think it's going to be good. But ultimately, I really, 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 really want the 49ers to win this because I don't want the Chiefs to win this. The reason why, one, I like Brock Purdy from being from Arizona. I think that's really cool and especially that he's mystery relevant to win a Super Bowl. That's a cool story to me. And it proves to a lot of people that he's not just a system quarterback because yes, he has a lot of weapons around, but I think even if he wins the Super Bowl, like yeah, he had a lot of help doing it, but it takes also the thoughts, the decisions, the actions, and the quarterback plays in all those actions on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
So
I don't know who I'm rooting for because I like the 49ers and I really like Brock Purdy and like I'll be honest, I fell into the Brock Purdy hate a little bit, but then after thinking about it and like really just like looking at it, I was like, why do I hate this guy for doing good in a system? Even if he is a system quarterback, he does well in it. Like it doesn't matter if he is or isn't. Like you said, he's executing the thoughts and the decisions that he has to execute to do well. No one's mad at Tom Brady for throwing a check down 25 times a game and then hitting one long ball, right? Like that's no one's mad at that. But I also, the sports fan in me loves to see a dynasty, like loves to see like a monumental moment. I know it's not, I know I don't really like the Chiefs,
I
but
want him to
loves
crumble.
to see, loves to see like this monumental moment that's happened one other time, like 3 Super Bowls in 4 years with the Patriots. It's kind of fucking cool. Sucks. I hate seeing them in the Super Bowl all the time. It's kind of like when the fucking Cavs and the Warriors were fucking playing in the finals every day. every year, but it was
every
like
day.
whatever every day. But I don't know. I still think I'm rooting for the 49ers because I don't like the Chiefs as much, but I would be okay if the Chiefs won.
I don't really care either way, so I just want like a really fun game.
Same. I don't want to blow out.
No, no. I don't think it will be.
No, it'll be a good game. It'll be a really good game.
Okay, so who do we have winning it and by what then?
49ers, it'll be between 3 and 7. So I'm gonna go
Or
three.
you think like a close game?
Fuck yeah. Patrick Mahomes is gonna let it get out of hand.
True.
And if he does, he's gonna fight back, man.
Um 28-24 Chiefs.
You think the Chiefs win?
Yeah. I think Kyle Shanahan is a bit of a choke artist.
That's the hard part.
And I just feel like Mahomes is
Clutch.
hungry for, the dynasty moniker in the back-to-back. And
He wants to be Tom Brady.
yeah, like he's going after Brady. So
McJam, what do you think?
I'm gonna go 30-24 49ers.
Okay. I'm gonna say Shanahan gets haunted. No, Shanahan gets unhaunted. 32-28. The 49ers win. Wasn't that the score of the Patriots Falcons game? 32-28? Something like that. It's 31-28, somewhere
33-28.
somewhere around there. They get that same score
Because
that
they got a
he
touchdown, but obviously they
Yeah.
didn't need to go for the extra
So,
point.
he gets that score that haunted him and will haunt him for the rest of his career. And he gets it back and the 49ers win.
We'll see.
All right, boys. Well,
We're gonna go through the coaches of the year, offensive player of the year,
yep.
too.
Before we do that though, I do want to hear how are you doing as a Lions fan? We didn't get to talk about them losing, but I know we should give you the floor. Go ahead.
No, I mean, like, okay, don't get me wrong. This build up to the Super Bowl, there's been some painful moments where it's just like, oh, that could be my guys there talking. Like, we were so close to like this media build up for the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, this was like still the greatest season of my life for football in general. And
We didn't get done in fantasy.
well, yeah, fantasy not so much, but
Yeah, we're
real
taking it
football,
too.
like to make it to the NFC Championship game and to actually look good enough to be there, to not look like frauds who just got there, like how can I complain about that? Yeah, I would give my left nut to be in this game on Sunday, but the team is still very young and set up for success, and we've proven over the last few years that this team has a new culture. It has better direction, better management, better coaching. Like now Ben Johnson's staying for at least another year. Like I'm feeling really good about where we are as a team. So as upset as I can be about not being in this game, I'm ecstatic about what I got to witness this year and what I get to witness next year. Honestly, when the couple days after that game, I really wasn't so much sad as I was just uh emotionally exhausted because as you guys know, I can be intense. And those big games can get very intense. So like the Michigan Ohio State game, I didn't sit down for that game. I stood up and I paced and I watched that game. And then the Alabama Michigan game, same thing. And then the national championship, same thing. And then we go right into the wild card with the Lions, same thing. And then the divisional round, same thing. Like once, and I was obsessed with it every day. I'm like looking up, like, oh, is Debo gonna play? Da, 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 da. Like how Sam Laporta's knee, like nonstop. I was obsessed. So then when all of a sudden it was like, oh, there's no more like football to care about this year. Like it was just like, well, shit, now what do I do?
I can only imagine the nervous wreck you'd be right now if they were actually worried.
Oh, I'd be so intense right now. I'd just be like looking up everything I possibly could and read every fucking article out there about the game. Like, so if anything, I'm really just kind of sad that football is one game away from being over for another off season.
Yes, sir. Sorry to take that away from you, Jay, but I just had to. I knew one to give
No,
Chris that.
no,
What are
we definitely had no structure to this podcast at all today, and that's okay because we're gonna live, learn, and grow. But yeah, I have to ask one question regarding this. Do you feel like you choked because you guys had it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a choke. Now it wasn't a up 25 points in the Super Bowl with 2 minutes left in the third quarter choke, thank God. But it was a pretty bad choke job. I mean, we're talking we were up by 17 points going into
Half.
halftime. Um, we held them to a field goal in their opening drive right out of the half, and then we started marching down the field. Like it was easy, just as easy as it was in the first half. And at that point, like I kind of I'm superstitious with sports. So of course I put some blame on myself because at that point I'm like making jokes to Sydney, like, okay, hey, how much am I allowed to spend to get my ass to Vegas for this game, you know? It was looking like a done deal.
it
And
was,
then
bro.
and then we got stuck in the red zone there, and that was our first time that we just went for it on the fourth down, and we didn't get it. And it was like, oh, that fucking sucks. All right, well, that's okay. And then from there, momentum just started fleeting, and we saw crazy shit where our offense couldn't complete easy passes that they were completing all game. And then our defense was having interceptions bounce off of our helmets for 84-yard gains to Brandon Ayuk to then set up like another touchdown. And then Gibbs fumbled. That right there, people can blame the fourth down conversion attempts. I don't hate that. Where I think we lost the game was on that fumble because we fumbled it in our own end after they had just put up a touchdown to only be within a touchdown of us, and then we gave them the ball to then go and tie the game. Like at that point, we had lost all momentum, and this game's all about momentum. And
Yeah.
so I knew at that point when that fumble happened, oh, this game is not going to end well for me. I knew
Do you
it
know
at that exact moment.
the only decision that I questioned the entire game, and I understand why you do it, but Dan Campbell, I didn't understand, was the second half, right at the end of the second half, why you kick that field goal. You are known notoriously for going for it when you're that close. I understand you want the points, but can you imagine, like, I don't know, but can you imagine what that would have done to the team? Punching that in, seven more, you go up 24. Like,
Well, why would you do that, but you want to do all those other ones? And this
so
is like
that
Yeah.
a game that
that's
feels
where
to me like the Cowboys. You did the same exact shit you did in this game that you did against the Cowboys, and you lost because of bad calls. Because that's happened
Yeah.
twice to you guys. Same situation. It was fourth down. You went for it. You didn't
I
get it.
didn't hate
Or you
going
didn't
for
get
it on that first fourth down. I hated going for it on that second fourth down. When that
no,
second fourth down happened, it was like, let's kick the field goal. Let's
what I'm
kick the
talking about
field
is,
goal.
yeah, that my
No, I
thing
know
is,
what you're talking about.
why aren't you consistent, like in just going for it on fourth down? You know, like that's what the Lions do. Like that, I thought that so easily you could have had so much momentum. I understand you get the points, whatever. To me, it kind of felt like a defeat to your offense going into half. You've been going for it every single time. I understand you
Yeah,
only have a couple seconds left, but it's like, dude, we've gone for it so many times throughout the season. Like, let us get it in the end zone.
I get it, but to be honest, I don't think that had any play on the game. I think because we came out of the first half and marched right down the field.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we got stuck and then went for it there and didn't get
Yeah.
it that then our momentum started to turn
And
on
then
us.
you kicked it at the very end there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a good season. Fun. Yeah, hey, you made it the
Oh,
furthest out of anybody.
super excited for next year. It'll be
Yeah.
harder. We have a harder schedule next year, but we're also going to get more pieces this offseason. Like the Lions, for the first time in my life, is a destination for free agents. Like I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. Like everyone has seen that the culture there is different and guys want to play for this.
The fact that you kept Ben Johnson is huge.
Yes, huge, huge.
I was listening. I think that he doesn't want to go to a scenario where he's gonna get fired in 3 years. He has something good right now, Why mess it up? You
So
know,
to be
like
honest with you, I don't see him as a good head coach. He's a very quiet guy. He's not, and I'm not saying you have to be a Dan Campbell to be a good head coach, but he doesn't strike me as someone who can fire up a locker room. He strikes me as like this guy who's an evil genius who can draw up plays and can scheme an offense. So I'm hoping that the Lions just give him a good contract
keep him.
and he just wants to stay there and do his offensive thing and let Dan Campbell be the locker room guy.
Give big Dick LeBeau energy.
Yeah.
Wanted to be a defense coordinator forever, but
So
was so
we'll,
fucking good at it.
we'll see. I'm sure eventually the head coaching opportunity will grab him, but I'm just hoping that by then there's someone who's been working under him that the Lions can then hire as the next OC.
The Ben Johnson tree starts.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, I think, like you said, Jay, let's get to nominees. McJam, can you walk us through those? And then I say, let's get the fuck out of here, boys.
All right,
By the
so
way, the
for
Lions
and
cleaned house at the Pro Bowl. They tore it up.
Yeah, they did. They kind of fucked them up. Penei Sewell kind of fucked them up.
Excuse me, McJam was supposed to speak.
I know. I'm sorry, McJam. I've been drinking.
I
You're
see
good.
that. I thought that was an energy drink. You got a little hard seltzer on, baby.
No, it's actually a canned wine, nice and classy.
Oh, canned wine.
so this is actually going on live right now. I don't know if y'all want to talk about anything that's already been said, but we'll start with just the MVPs here. So we got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy.
None of them. It's my boy Jared
mean,
Goff.
Shut the fuck up.
It should go to Christian. It's gonna go to Lamar.
I really think Christian deserves it for his good season, but I think Lamar will get it because he also had a really good season. But I think Christian would be the most awarding of it this year, but Lamar would be the winner.
Yeah, that's fair. I concur.
I like Lamar for it.
What has already happened, McJam, if you don't mind me asking?
Don't tell us who got it, but just what positions.
All I've seen so far is the defensive player of the year.
Ooh,
Okay. It is not TJ Watt.
It's gotta be TJ.
no.
It's gotta be TJ.
All right,
Just
who
confirm
are our
that it's
nominees?
not.
Hold on. Who are our nominees?
We got DeRon Bland, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and TJ Watt.
I would love for it to be one of my boys because we have two boys in there to be
The
it.
thing that's hard is
McJam, look at me in the face and tell me they didn't get it, did they?
no, don't look at him in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Max Crosby win right there, isn't it?
No,
They have
okay,
been
so
really
listen.
pushing Max Crosby on
Yeah, they
social
have
media.
been for some reason. The only thing I'll say
No,
is
it's Myles Garrett.
TJ Watt, probably Miles
It's
Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
TJ Watt deserves it for how under the radar he went this season. Hold on.
Deserves it?
Hold on.
Deserves it? He
Player of
doesn't
the
deserve
year for
shit,
being under
Alex.
the radar.
Hold on.
Player of
Hold
the
on.
year for being under the radar.
Hold on.
We had a cornerback set a record with most interceptions
Actually,
returned
I
for
was
a
gonna
touchdown.
say,
We had Micah Parsons
say-
who had a better season than TJ Watt did under the radar.
In
Um,
what world does he have a better season than TJ Watt?
Oh, paper, bro, baby. Anyways,
Bring it up. Who had more
dude,
sacks?
you're just committed to the that's the only thing you have to say? Who has more
What else
sacks?
do they have?
What do you
as-
have? Tackles,
okay,
tackle for
pressures.
losses. You have fumbles and fumble recoveries.
Pressures.
Yeah. Come on, Alex.
Okay, cool.
Who
Let's
got
look
it, McJam?
Let's
We're done.
look it up.
Hold on.
Let's
We're done
fucking
with
bring
this.
it up, baby.
Let's do it. Who won?
Myles Garrett won.
Figured he did. Yeah, that face.
I forget kind of a crazy year this year. Like I understand, I hate it, but
Well, he's just such a big dude. He's so fucking massive and crazy. All right, and what's the next award that's been already called?
That's it, actually.
Oh, perfect. Well, while we're already on the subject, you want to just go offense of the year, offense player of the year? Sorry.
this one's gonna be
Yeah.
hard.
Jameer
We got
Gibbs.
Tyreek, Lamar Jackson, CD Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, and Dak Prescott.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You're done, bro. Stop naming Lions. No Lions got asked.
This one's hard because if you're thinking about it, if Christian doesn't win the MVP, it's funny that he's in
Should
the
get
MVP
that.
conversation, but he's not in this conversation because
Yeah.
he's not registered. So if he could possibly win MVP, Lamar wins this. There's so much juggle up in that, or can one person win both of them?
I don't know if they would do both of them. That kind of seems kind of shitty.
So I would even think
No,
in
they
this one
usually
would
don't.
go if Lamar doesn't win MVP, he'll win this. But if not, Tyreek Hill will win this.
That's what I'm
Usually
saying. Like
they
it's
give
hard.
MVP to a quarterback, and then a skills player will get the offensive
Yeah.
player.
And it's hard. Like I think they should give it to Christian. Tyreek had a crazy year. I think if Tyreek wins this hands down, if he would have played the whole season,
Yeah.
it's no way he doesn't win this. But I'm going Christian because I want my boy to get one. He carried me through the season of the end of fantasy, so I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, I feel like he'll get this one, and Lamar will get the MVP.
Same.
Yeah.
What do you think, McJam?
I agree.
Oh,
Lamar for MVP, Christian McCaffrey here.
cool.
So next one, we got the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Jahmyr
CJ
Gibbs.
Stroud, Jahmyr Gibbs,
Jahmyr Gibbs,
Sam Laporta,
Sam
Bijan
Laporta.
Robinson, and Puka Nuka.
It's going to be
you
a
would
tie
stop
between
fucking
Jahmyr Gibbs
interrupting
and Sam
everybody?
Laporta.
Will you stop interrupting McJam? I know you've been drinking, but I need you to calm your shit. Because-
It's going to be Sam Laporta.
Wait.
and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Hold on, ready? You have yours?
Is she under you?
Yeah. She's about to hate me.
All right, calm down.
She's so happy and
We just
angry.
did a magic trick where one cat was on one screen and then pulled up on the other.
Yeah. But anyways, on this one, it's going to go CJ Stroud. I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
Players have had really good ones, and I really think McJam's looking at me salty. Why?
I like Puka.
I think Puka could have, him or Puka would have a chance to win it. But I think because CJ Stroud was able to do something in the playoffs and do as good as he did, I think he'll win it.
I don't know. If
I'm
it has
going to go
playoff-
with the guys that went farthest in the playoffs.
I don't know if it has playoff
attention,
attention, boys. Boys, I don't know if it has playoffs anything to do with it. What I will say is, I would love to see Sam Laporta win it, but CJ Stroud's going to get it.
Whatever. I know you guys actually probably are right. He had a hell of
Puka
a-
would be fun though. Puka also, like, yeah, I could see Puka winning it too. That's a crazy season he had.
I see. I think they should break it down AFC, NFC.
Yeah.
Now you're just trying to give everyone trophies, bro.
No, but I think it's more fair because then it's per division.
Yeah, if it really came down to
Whoever it
CJ
is.
Stroud and Puka Nuka, who you picking? They both had record-breaking years for
And I
rookies.
think they just need to start. I think they just need to give like a quarterback of the year instead of MVP. Like,
Yeah.
just
All right,
fucking.
all right,
Let's
next
get them
one,
their own
next one.
salary cap. Let's get them their own fucking thing.
Next
too.
one. Next.
We got the
Oh, I just found out
Defensive
who got coach,
Rookie
sorry.
of the Year. Will Anderson Jr., Jalen Carter, Joey Porter Jr., Kobe Turner, or Devon Witherspoon.
Bro, all those sound kind of trash. I'm
Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, I know you're gonna go for him. I'm gonna go for Will Anderson Jr.
Will Anderson Jr. makes sense. I think makes the most sense. 7 sacks, help that defense to a playoff berth. I think it goes to him. What do you think, Christopher?
I'm fucking livid over Coach of the Year over.
Damn, bro,
Oh
shut
my
up,
God.
Chris. Shut up, you dirty little whore. Dude, now we know that Dan Campbell didn't get
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna be
Because-
Miko Ryan. It makes sense to be
It
Miko
was
Ryan.
D'Amico Ryan, wasn't it?
No,
What?
No, that's
No.
Kyle Shanahan.
If it's Kevin Stefanski,
it's Kevin
I'm gonna lose.
Stefanski.
oh my god, that fucking sucked.
He
With
got
the-
bent over in the wild card round and he got his cheeks clapped, and yet he's Coach of the Year just because he did that with the Browns missing out on Deshaun all year. Get
Okay,
out.
well, he's done that with
Bullshit.
Deshaun. He's had out with Nick Chubb. There's been a lot
don't
in
care.
that team, and I think I
So
understand
losing in the
why you're
wild card
upset. I
round
don't
like
think he
that?
should have won that. I don't
Listen.
think he should have won it, but it's
Christopher, stop taking the playoffs in account. It doesn't account for playoffs.
It should.
I understand
Dude.
it should, but not every team that gets voted for it gets a playoff berth.
All right. Well,
Okay, Who
there
do
we
you
go.
think
Coach
for
of the year is
rookie
done.
defensive player?
I don't care.
Okay.
hey,
Branch.
Sassafras, hold on. You're a part of this podcast, and you need to remain a professional here, and you need to let your pick be known on who it will be. We'll
Hey.
give you the choices again. McJam, will you read him the choices once more? This pretty
Branch.
Don help.
Yeah, we got Will Anderson Jr.,
Nope.
Jalen Carter,
Nope.
Joey Porter Jr.,
Nope.
Kobe Turner,
Nope.
and Devon Witherspoon.
Nope. Right in Dion Branch.
Dude, I can't with you.
This one just got announced also.
I'm gonna go. It's Will, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Will. And it made sense. Made sense that he'd win. He had a really good season.
He did have a really good season.
Coach of the year, little surprising. I understand what you're saying, Jay, on like, oh, he did this with this, but I honestly thought it was gonna go to D'Amico. He turned like he turned that team around in a year. So it's weird that he didn't get that.
I agree, actually. I would have been okay if he won it.
I thought it should have either been Miko or your coach. I hate that Mike Tomlin doesn't get mentioned in these at all, but whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
Are you okay, Christopher?
No, I'm pissed. Like I said, I would have been okay if D'Amico Ryan won.
Yeah, I'm pissed at
Stefanski,
Kevin
get out of
Stefanski.
here. You're a fraud of a coach.
You're fucking on the worst team in the NFL. They take a shit
Hold
stain
on.
all
Stop.
over the NFL every
Stop.
single year.
Stop.
I can't believe
Stop.
they
Alex, I'm
fucking
about to mooch you.
they
if you
would
don't
they would
Alex
hit
is a
somebody.
rapist.
They would have
Thank you.
I'm so serious.
they would have
Because
They would-
here's the thing that we're not. We are not this. We are not this aggressive.
they would
We're hating on a team so much. We love, don't get me wrong, we love football. And I know Alex is super passionate between hating the Browns. But this man
let somebody hit him in the
deserved at a chance. He was in the calling. He did a lot of work to get it. And just because he's on a team that he doesn't like doesn't mean
No, man.
he continue
And
to
that's the
ridicule the team and the
defensive
players
player
that
of
are
the
on
year
this
over
team. Obviously,
What the
Alex is
fuck
the
is
most
that?
aggressive person that we have on this podcast. Between the sign out, the intro, the in
Are you-
between, we all know that he gets way too excited. And so we're gonna
I can't
just
believe that
and keep doing this
in
until
re-
he is
in-
calm when he answers the fucking thing. Are you going to
What
be
the
calm? Are you going to be calm? I need to see a thumbs up that you're going to be calm. If you get hyper, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I swear to fucking God, I'll do it. Oh, I'm sorry. I did it. That was my fault. I prematurely did it.
Oh, wow. You didn't prematurely do it. Fuck the Browns.
Should have listened.
All right, what's the next thing?
Well, I think that's actually it. So Alex is going to close out without having to say anything because this is what he gets for not.
Alex, you have to
saying
end
anything
the
with
show with sign language.
Yeah. So you better learn a little something real quick in the seconds. And guys, this was a wonderful episode. Good luck on the Super Bowl. Whoever you got rolling, I hope you guys have a great weekend and have a happy Valentine's. So
Fuck the
peace
Browns.
out for the three of me bros and have a good rest of your day.